on. You can say hi real quick.
Hi! How are you today?
Hello there, Facebook friends and neighbors. Alicia Dolan here, stamping in my corner. It's time for another Stampin Sunday video. And I've already started working on a card tonight, but I haven't made it all the way through, and I have some measuring to do, and there's a couple little finicky things, but I wanted to show you first the card that I'm kind of basing it on. And it's a card that I just made today in my in an earlier meeting that I had this afternoon. So this was the card I made. Let's see. I think I need to turn the camera the other way real quick so you can read it. Okay. So there is the card I made today, and there's another one around here somewhere that's made with the same pattern, and it's really cute. What I want to do is make another card like this. Okay, and this one opens this direction. So I think that's really cool. It's kind of fun. And let's see, I can put it a little closer so you can see what it says. Because lately I've needed a lot of cards that are for people who are sad. There's a lot of people who are sad right now. There's a lot of people experiencing loss and just general sadness. Oh, and here's my other one. Now, these two I made earlier, and it was a mystery card stamping with my team leader. And so what I want to do now is make a card that goes the other way. So I'm going to turn the camera around and you can see what I've been working on so far, and I will give you the measurements as we go so that you can make one too if you would like to. So hold on, and I will get the camera turned around. Here we go. All right, and here is my stamping space, and I'm going to try and make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. I still struggle, you guys, with the camera angle. I don't know if I know eventually I will get this right and I will have it all set up, but it's really been a struggle trying to get everything in the camera that needs to be in, and the parts of me out of the camera that need to be out. So, and if you could do me a favor, and if you have watched any of my other Stampin' Sunday videos, you know that sometimes I pre-record the video and sometimes I just go live to do it. So if you have a preference one way or the other, if you like the live better or if you like the pre-recorded better, then let me know. The pre-recorded is kind of nice because I can edit out the things that maybe don't belong or that make the video a little bit too long. But I think the live is nice because you guys can ask me questions if you want to, and sometimes I can figure out how to answer them. All right, so let's see. I think we're in the space. So here's our card base, and this is going to be 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it is the size of just a basic A2 card. And then our next piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I made this piece, which is, hold on, let me look at my sheet, which is 4 inches this way by 4 3/4 this way. And then it's scored at 4 1/8. So to measure that, I did it this way. So if you go to 4 1/8 and then score on this side. And then we're going to fold along that crease. And let me grab my bone folder. We'll fold it just like this. And we need, okay, and now I'm on the next step. So this is where my idea kind of came in. So I'm trying, I don't know if you guys have watched One Sheet Wonders or not, but they're a lot of fun, and sometimes they turn out and sometimes they don't. So first I used some balmy blue and I sponged it along the top for a sky line. And then I used some basic gray and I stamped some mountains. I guess I should show you. I'm working with the Waterfront set today. This is a set that's retiring soon, and so you won't be able to order it once the new catalog goes live, unless you can find it on eBay or some other place. But this is a really great set, and it's great for scenery. So as you can see, I stamped the mountains in basic gray, and I also stamped them in smoky slate so that I have two different colors. And next I'm going to stamp some grass. So I have this block, which is block H, and then I'm going to pull out this stamp that kind of looks like grass to me. And this stamp set is a set that's good for, it's good for winter or summer, really. All right, so I'm gonna put my photopolymer stamp on there. And once again, when you stamp on, when you stamp with a photopolymer stamp, that's a clear stamp, you need foam somewhere in your stamping. So I'm using a Stampin' Pierce mat tonight. And then this is Mossy Meadow, and we're gonna try that and see. I haven't tested these colors out, so I'm hoping they'll work like I think they will. So we'll tap on our ink pad. Let's see, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see this if you want to see. And then I am just gonna do a test stamp over here. And I think that's that might be too dark. So let me clean this stamp off and I'll grab a different colored green real quick. Let me see what else I have. Okay, let's try Old Olive. And this is the older style stamp pad, so they don't work the same way anymore. And hopefully I have enough ink left on mine that we can do this. So let's see. Yeah, and I think that's a better, do think that's a better colored green. It's not quite so dark. All right, so then what I want to do is stamp along the bottoms of the mountains where the green would be. Hope everyone's doing really good tonight. It's a nice day, not quite as warm as it has been, but still really nice. All right, and I'm gonna do kind of a couple layers of grass. Somehow I need to get grass in that spot right there. So I might try to find another little bit smaller stamp maybe. I'm gonna stamp this one on the edge, I think. And then and stamp it in a little. And then I can kind of go back and stamp a little bit more without putting more ink on, just to kind of fill in a little bit of those areas. I think that looks okay. And then I kind of wanted to stamp along the bottom so that it looked like water, maybe. Let me see. I've got some misty moonlight over here. And we'll try that. Oh, I wonder if maybe we could make that so that it looks like a lake. I'll have to try and figure that out. See, I'm going to stick my mountain back in here. And let's see. I think if we use this one, we'll get the right. I'm trying to use this one right here. So hopefully that'll be the right. First I'm going to try to do just the top of it because I think it will fit maybe in that. Oh, I might have got too much. Let's see. All right. So, because I don't want it to go too far, I'm just going to put a little post-it note right here to kind of block that off. Let's see. I think, oh, hold on, I'm going to clean it off and just make it a little bit smaller. Because I think even though I did it that way, I might need to adjust it a little bit. Okay, let's see. Okay, this time I'm gonna dab it on the corner and then measure and see. All right, you guys, I gotta move it a little bit closer to me. All right. All right, I think this is gonna do it. So, let's see how it does. And I got a little bit of blue off. Okay, I tell you what we're gonna do. I am going to grab my Wink of Stella and I'm gonna, because this works a little bit like a water brush. It's sparkly. And let's just smear it around a little. And then our water will have a little bit of sparkle too. Although I think I might in the, because I like the color of that blue. I might stamp it off a little bit on the next one. All right, let's see. So I want my water to be down here too. But I think what we'll do is we'll get some ink and then I'll stamp it off. And then if you ever stamp and you want a little more ink to show up when you stamp the second time, if you take your stamp and you breathe on it a little bit, it sounds silly, but making it a little bit damp will give it new life, kind of. So let's make our water go right here. And then I'll stamp this way a little bit. I'm actually going to turn my stamp around because I can tell that there's more blue right here. And I'll just stamp a little extra. Okay, and I think that looks good. And then we'll stamp some more green around there. Or maybe, you know what? I am going to stamp some more because I forgot my original idea. Okay, so here was my original idea. Remember when I said I was going to stamp a one sheet wonder? Well, that would be, that's usually when you stamp a full sheet and you kind of make your own designer series paper. So you're getting all the images that you want, and then you can cut it apart and use it in your project. So we're actually going to cut this into pieces, and I had forgotten that. So what I'm going to do is stamp a second water over here. Okay. And I think I will grab some crumb cake ink. So I will make a little, like a little slice of land here and here in between. So actually I'm going to use the same, am I going to use the same stamp? Yes, I am, because it will fit in there fairly well. I'm just going to turn it the other direction. So I'm going to get some crumb cake ink on here. And I'm going to stamp it here. Well, I guess I should have stamped it a little bit wider. And then I'm going to stamp it over here. I'm not sure, you guys, if this is turning out the way that I had planned, but we're just going to keep on going with that and see what happens. So there's our land. And then we can add I think this is where our mossy meadow is going to come in handy. We're going to add some little pine trees. And let me see, where did I put that mossy meadow? I think I put it back away because I thought I wasn't going to need it. But it wasn't true. I did need it. I haven't seen any comments, so if you guys are commenting, I haven't seen anything. Just so you know, I'm not ignoring you. I haven't seen any comments at all. All right, so I think we'll put some right here.
Hi. Hello.
All right, okay, but don't wave in front of the camera. All right, I'll put some trees up here.
I like those. I like
Do?
those cards.
You
They're
like
pretty.
that? Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we'll stick some even over here. They kind of look like they're off in the distance a little bit. And maybe a few up here. Okay. And then I think we will stop there for now. I don't want to add too much and make it be overdone. Whoops. All right, so then to put it on the front of our card, we're gonna cut our pieces at 3.5 and 3.5. So I'm gonna put it right in here and line it up at 3.5 in my trimmer. Oops. And then let's see, the next one needs to be 3.5 too, but I like having, let's see, what? Maybe that's good, really. Okay. So there's our two pieces. And I think, let's see, I think I'm going to use this one for this card. And we are going to turn it over.
Can I take the
and get our glue.
the corner so I can sit right there?
You can.
I'll be super quiet.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, you guys are gonna hear some little shuffling now, and that's my one of my helpers in here.
Sneaky. I am sneaky.
She's trying to be sneaky, but she's a little noisy right now. She's
No.
wrestling the papers.
No, I'm super sneaky. You can't see me.
And we're gonna put this right on the front of here. And now we're going to flip this. Well, let's see. What's the best way to do that? Okay.
Sorry.
Turn it off, man. All right, we're going to line this up so that it's in the center, and that's what's really nice about the grid paper. It does help you line everything up, and you get 100 sheets of grid paper for only $12.50, so it's really a good deal. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there. And then, did I do that the right way? Let's see. No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. So what we're going to do is take our blue piece of cardstock, and that again, that's 4.5 by 5.25, and we'll line this up in the center and then glue it down right at the very top. And this is the piece that we folded in the beginning. So then it'll come down on the front of the card. Like this. And I actually meant to make it long enough that it went all the way to the bottom edge, but as you can see, I must have measured something a little bit wrong. Okay, so then there's always a next time, right? So it'll be fine. All right, and then we're going to put our glue around the edges and down the middle. And this is going to be the inside of the card. So we're going to set it right here. Kind of line it up. And glue it down. Okay. And then I'll open like this. And then I have some pretty twine that came, it comes in the Flowers for Every Season pack. So I don't think this one is retiring, but it's one of my favorites. It comes with 3 kinds of ribbon. It comes with this little twine. It comes with green gingham ribbon. And then there's also a nice white ribbon in there. Let's see, the white looks like this. It's that one I used on the other card that's similar to these. So we're gonna tie a bow. And I've had some practice tying bows lately. There's a lot of people who don't like to tie bows for any reason. But I always try to tie them loose the first time and then tighten them up, because you can kind of grab them and make them move around the way that you want them to. But if you tighten them up really tight the first time, a lot of the time you can't get them to scoot or adjust as easily. With twine, it's not quite as crucial, but with a flat ribbon, you don't want it to be crooked. It's either way, it's still pretty, just if you want it to be nice and loopy, then it's harder to get that if you don't tie it the right direction, or if you pull it too tight. Okay, so there's our card, and then we just need a sentiment. How about, let's see. Let's do Friends Make the Good Times Better. And I wanted to show you, they are retiring these circle punches, and they're really nice. There's 3 different sizes. There's 1.5, 2, and 2 1/4. So if you want to get a circle punch, now is the time. Because I don't know if they'll bring them back or not. I love simple punch shapes. I still have a lot of punches that have been retired in the past, and I don't get rid of them because there are so many things you can do with punches. There's all kinds of punch art ideas out there. Just some really cool stuff. All right, so now we're gonna stamp our saying. I still have my little trees on there. I gotta take those off and put them away. think we'll use the Misty Moonlight. This is really one of my favorite colors. I like Misty Moonlight. For you guys who know me, you know blue is my favorite anyways.
Can I see
This is one of the best blues. Come look.
Can I see that color? That is a pretty color.
Isn't that pretty? Here, watch what it looks like. That's pretty, huh?
That's pretty.
It's not as dark as Night of Navy, and it's not as light as some of the other ones. It's really one of my favorites. And I like it a lot with that mossy meadow. So, all right, I'm going to clean that stamp real quick before I forget. And we can just take this little circle, and I'm going to use a Stampin' Dimensional. And I think really this one only needs just one. And let's put that right on the front. There we go. And then we have one card all ready to send out. And we have the little piece for the next one. And I suppose this one can go somewhere too. So that's our Stampin' Sunday video for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something new. If you want the measurements or anything, I will post them so that you can make cards like this of your own.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you next week for another Stampin' Sunday video.